Good morning, students. In the last classes, we discussed regarding the factors influencing toxicity. So we left with the last factor. We have to start next. This the gender factor. So this gender also plays a very important role in influencing toxicity. So as you all know that physiological differences between man and woman, including differences in the pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics which can affect the drug activity. As you all know that of course major differences with respect to the hormones acting in the men and women will have a major effect with respect to this drug activity. So what do you mean by this pharmacodynamics? So this pharmacodynamics which refers it is defined as the response of the body to the drug, which mainly refers to the relationship between the drug concentration at the site of action, the drug concentration at the site of the action, and that particular after the action, any resulting effects which will be happening, which is mainly includes intensity and the time course of the effect and the adverse effects which is caused due to the drug activity which can be observed. That is nothing but pharmacodynamics. I'll repeat it once again. It is defined as the response of the body to the drug, which refers to the relationship between the drug concentration at the site of action and any resulting effects, which includes intensity and the time course of the effect and adverse effects which are caused due to the drug activity or the drug of action. Is it clear? Okay. What do you mean by this pharmacokinetics? So, this pharmacokinetics refers to the branch of pharmacology concerned with the movement of drugs, mainly concerned with the movement of drugs within the body of an organism, right? Pharmacokinetics refers to the branch of pharmacology concerned with the movement of drugs within the body is referred as pharmacokinetics. So this is the major difference between pharmacodynamics and pharmacokinetics which is going to happen in between men and women. So in comparison with men, pharmacokinetics in women generally impacted by their lower body weight, slower gastrointestinal activity, slower gastrointestinal motility, reduced intestinal enzymatic activity, and slower kidney function. That is nothing but glomerular filtration rate. So all these effects which can be observed, that is nothing but the pharmacokinetics, that is nothing but the drug of action, that is the mainly concerned with the movement of the drugs within the body which can be observed in case of men and women. So where we can see this in case of women, which can show the all these effects which we can come across coming, whereas in case of this particular woman, that is comparison with a man, delayed gastric emptying in the woman also may result in a need for them to extend the interval between eating and taking medications, which requires absorption on an empty stomach, of course. So this particular absorption of these drugs which mainly concern in case of women, it has to happen, that is in the only in the empty stomach. So other physiological differences if you come across between men and women, you can also see that, for example, slower renal clearance in case of women, which results in a need for the dosage adjustment for the drugs, right? So slower dosage adjustment for the drugs in case of the women we can see, such as dioxins that are excreted via the kidneys. And in general, if you come across, that is pharmacodynamics difference between women and men, it includes greater sensitivity to and enhanced effectiveness. In case of women, some drugs such as beta blockers, opioids, and some antipsychotics. So these are all the drugs which can see the that is the movement of the drugs within the body, which you can observe in case of your that is in case of men women, and as well as that is in case of men, we can see that particular drug relationship between the drug concentration at the site of action and resulting effects with respect to the time course and as well as the intensity of that adverse effects which is caused due to the things which we can observe because of these drug of action and reaching to the target site. So studies in animals which can also be identified, that is gender related differences. For example, male rats, in case of animals, if you come for the site of action and the drug concentration which is going to enter into the body of the organism, so the male rats, which are 10 times more sensitive than females which causes liver damage from the DDT, that is dichlorodiphényl trichloroethylene. So coming for the female rats are twice as sensitive to parathion. I have already discussed with respect to this parathion. I have told you in the last class, that is parathion is which is a toxic compound, right? So it has been affecting, and it is very female rats are very sensitive to this parathion compared to the male rats, twice as sensitive than the male rats, right? Because of the pharmacokinetics of action, that is drug of movement of the drugs within the body of a animal, which we can observe this particular difference in between man and woman, like that in case of male rats and female rats. Coming for the metabolism, what is the metabolism thing which we can see here? So the metabolism is also known as biotransformation. So biotransformation is nothing but converting a chemical from one form to another by a biological organism. So this metabolism, which plays a very important role, it is acting as a major factor in determining the toxicity. So the products of metabolism are also known as metabolites, as you all know. So there are two types of metabolism which we can come across here with respect to the toxicants or toxicity: detoxification and bioactivation. So if you see, in case of detoxification, a xenobiotic, which is that is a foreign molecule which is converting into a less toxic form. This is a natural defense mechanism of the organism which will develop generally detoxification process, helping you in the conversion of lipid soluble compounds into a polar compounds. So lipid soluble compounds into a polar compounds, and makes it easy to come out of it particular organ, right? So detoxify this molecule. In case of bioactivation, a xenobiotic, that is a foreign molecule again, it can be converted to more reactive or toxic forms, right? So it can be converted into more reactive or toxic forms. So this particular process requires cytochrome P450 monooxygenase enzyme, which we will discuss detail in xenobiotic or biotransformation mechanism. So cytochrome P450, which is an example of an enzyme pathway which is used to metabolize drugs, especially the monooxygenase enzyme, which is involved in the detoxification of the some metabolites, the drugs, which we will see later. So in case of elderly people, if you see the cytochrome P450 metabolism of the drugs, such as with respect to this phenytoin and carbamazepine, may be decreased. You can see this two activity will be decreased. Therefore, the effect of those drugs may be less pronounced. In case of elderly people, this particular activity of this drugs will be less pronounced, because metabolic rate will be decreased with respect to these metabolites or these drugs. Coming for the distribution within the body. So what distribution also plays a very important role. That is also one of the factor which will majorly affect this. So of course, if the toxicant are going to be distributed within the body, so the toxicants and the toxic metabolites, which ultimately determines the sites where toxicity is going to occur. It is a major determinant of whether a toxicant will damage the cells. Is its lipid solubility. If a toxicant is lipid soluble, it readily penetrates cell membranes. Of course, it generally, if a toxicant is lipid soluble, of course it can penetrate the cell membrane, and it can cause a damage easily, right? So this many toxicants which can be stored in the body, that is fat tissue, liver, kidney and bone, which are the major storage sites which you can observe, which you can come across here. And blood and the lymph are going to serve as the main avenue for the distribution of these materials or the metabolites, right? These two are going to act as a main avenue for the distribution of these drugs or the metabolites, whereas major storage sites will include liver, kidney, bone and fat tissue. Coming for the excretion factor. So where the site and the rate of the excretion is another major factor which is going to affect the toxicity of a foreign molecule or the xenobiotic compounds. So the kidney, which is the primary excretory organ, of course you all know, it is followed by gastrointestinal tract and the lungs for the release of gases. Xenobiotics may also be excreted in sweat and tears, and also in the form, that is in the form of tears, in the form of sweat, and as well as in the milk. A large volume of the blood serum which can be filtered through the kidney, whereas lipid soluble toxicants which will be reabsorbed and concentrated in the kidney cells. This impaired kidney function which causes the lowering of this particular elimination of the toxicants, and it increases their toxic potentiality. So thereby it increases the toxic potentiality by lowering the elimination of these toxicants. This how plays a very important role in this particular excretion. Coming for the health status of an individual. So the individual health status also plays a very important role, or the organism, health of an individual or the organism, which plays a very important role or major role in determining the levels and types of potential toxicity. There is nothing but what is that potentiality of that particular toxic compounds, as well as that particular drug or the toxicant's ability to cause a toxicity in the body of a organism, we can see here. So for example, if you come for an individual which may have pre-existing kidney or liver diseases. So if the person is having kidney or liver diseases, certain condition such as in case of pregnancy also, which can be associated with physiological changes in the kidney function, that could influence toxicity level, of course. So you are giving the drug targeting that particular organ. If the person is pregnant or any other, if they are having already kidney or liver diseases, that particular toxicant which will cause the damage to the kidney cells, and it will have major influence on the toxicity level, their toxicity level. Coming for the nutritional status, so this is the last factor which will play a very important role, of course. So diet, that is the nutritional status, which can be a major factor in determining who does or does not develop toxicity. For example, consumption of a fish which have absorbed mercury from the contaminated water, which can result in mercury toxicity. An antagonist which can be used for mercury toxicity is the nutrient selenium, which we can use the selenium, and it is acting as an antagonist with respect to this mercury toxicity. Coming for some vegetables which can accumulate cadmium from the contaminated soil, where the antagonist for the cadmium toxicity which we can use is the nutrient zinc. Whereas grapefruit, which contains a substance which inhibits P450 microoxygenase enzyme system, that drug detoxification pathway or the mechanism, making some drugs more toxic. That is, by inhibiting this enzyme, we can block this pathway, detoxification pathway or the mechanism, making this drug or the toxic compound to a more toxic, and it will return back in the body itself, which causes major damage to the particular tissues or the kidney or the any other organ. Thank you. In the next, we will see to the how this types of exposures will have an effect on the particular dose or the concentration, and how the dose response relationship will play a role in the toxicity. Thank you.